Learn to hire the best VAs overseas and finally achieve that work-life balance.
All right, we're at Module 2, Session 1. Exciting stuff. So in Module 2, we're going to talk about screening, qualifying, and shortlisting the candidates. That's the overall thing going on in Module 2. And in Session 1 specifically, we're setting up the form to shortlist and eliminate unsuitable candidates. So the form is a really, really important step in your whole infrastructure as you go forward. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you don't need the form. That took me a little while to also figure out that I needed to have a system in place to screen out people and have a steady flow of candidates. Unfortunately, that is just the nature of the beast. Things happen in people's lives, and definitely the most important thing for VAs in many other countries are their families, which I of course honor and respect, and that means that the job is actually not the highest priority. So all of that being said, let's talk a little bit about what needs to go in the form. And for the people that got the bonus, they actually get the whole form completed for them, so to speak. We have it all listed out, and you can copy paste and put it right in and then suit it for your own needs and put your own contact information in. And but we're going to help everyone here to do as much as we can. And so basically there's some key questions you want to ask. So think about things like you want to ask maybe for their social media profile, like Facebook. I ask for Facebook profile so I can check them out there. Are they for real? I send them through a typing test. I don't hire somebody that types less than 35 words a minute. If they say they've worked online for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and they're typing at 20 words a minute or 30 words a minute, I don't think that they really work that much on the computer, or they never bother to take the time to learn how to type. So that tells me how organized and how motivated they are. I test their internet speed test, and I use certain software and certain links that I want them to use. That's also given in the bonus, because they can use a link in their own country and test their internet speed test there, but guess what? They're being fooled to think that they have a better internet than they have. And I figured that out with my trial and tribulations, so to speak. I also have them do a video recording of their screen, and that's using Screenomatic. So when they do the typing test, they actually do a screen recording of them doing the typing test, as well as the internet speed test. And using the video recording software is an interesting thing. You want to make sure that they use your screencast-o-matic.com link to see if they're able to set that up. Okay, so that's the important part, some of the key points that I cover in the form. And you also want to send your candidates directly to the form right away before you even talk to them. And that saves you a lot of time, and it screens the candidate right away. And you get to see that in the spreadsheet. So when they fill out the form, there's a way to click a button and you'll see it in a spreadsheet. And I start color coding that. You'll see that in some of the bonus videos as well, how I do that. And I use red for bad, green for go, and orange. I need some more information or clarification. So anyway, that's something to pay attention to. And I also pay attention to how fast they could complete the form. That tells me how hungry they are. It tells me how on the ball they are, and all of that. And those things are small little nuances that sets many candidates apart, and that's very, very important to me. I also check if they filled out the form correctly. Like I mentioned before, especially with the video, if they start uploading it to the Google Drive as opposed to giving me a link that they clearly have been told, then that's a problem. Or if they just can't do the video, that happens more often than you think. And that's a clear indication that they are either not able to follow directions or not technically savvy enough to even figure that out. And it's a quite easy process, but I send them through those things. Okay, I also have them email me the resume right away. I may have it somewhere, or it was in a forum, but I want them to email them to me. And that, again, I told you about before, I set up a separate email for that so that my inbox doesn't get clogged. And I actually have some of my other VAs check on these things for me, so I don't even need to check on these things. And that's how you can build it out in the future. I also have him send it not only to my email, to my Skype as well. That way I have a direct contact into them, so I get their Skype ID. In the form, it's a smart thing to do to ask for their Skype ID as well. Okay, then like I said, I color code the forms when I see the spreadsheet, and that's when I can also make my own notes. It's very important for me because I picked up on certain things in the interview. I do have my own little Word document that I take notes from during the interview. When they fill out the form, I make initial judgments based on what they're telling me that they're looking for in terms of what they managed to do, rather. Okay, so hopefully that gave you a little idea about setting up the form. We'll get more into details how we screen. So in session 2 actually of module 2, we're gonna go into how do I screen the VAs so that I don't waste my time on the not so qualified VAs. So that's the next step after you pre-screen them in the form, and then you start getting down to the nitty-gritty part. So I'll see you there. If there's any questions in the meantime, by all means let us know, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much. Bye.
Visit ahamastery.com and find out all you need to know about our courses.